Welcome to Off the Mat, your new wrestling obsession. What a great week. The Man in the Crate mystery solved. The Masked Man mystery solved. But we got to start tonight's show with a big round of applause as WWE Creative seems to finally be listening, as we got word moments ago that the old road dog Brian James is no longer with WWE and no longer the head of creative for SmackDown, as he personally resigned today due to, get this of all things, frustration over creative. Frustration.
We've been saying that.
Don't worry, AEW's got room for him to the tag team with Billy Gunn again. The New Age Outlaws can go to AEW.
Oh my God!
Jesus
Road
Christ!
Road Dogg can't even walk across the street. You kidding me?
Yeah, I don't see him.
It's about time. Look, frustration. I mean, look, the Unreal Series really exposed a lot of the bullshit that was going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you not have ideas for stories? Look, I understand that writing certain things can be difficult, and I'm not knocking writers or people on certain things, but how can being part of the creative team or being the head of creative on SmackDown, you can't come up with good ideas with all that talent you have there and have a good, solid storyline? It makes no sense. It makes no sense that we're going through this era where it's a snooze fest and it's disappointment after disappointment and dead shows, and they want to charge you an arm and a leg, your firstborn, your secondborn down the road, your kidney, all to friggin' to go to an event that's going to be lame. I don't understand how you have professional wrestlers that were bed in storylines, big storylines in the past, can't come up with a decent storyline to really make these shows something big. The last great storyline was the Bloodline. If you really think about it, it was the Bloodline. Every week you were tuning in to see what happened. And that's it. After that, It went downhill. I just don't understand. And you know what? I'm not going to say good riddance to Road Dogg. I'm going to say, good luck in the future wherever you go. But we needed a change, and hopefully, this is the first step towards reconstructing something bigger and better for the fans, and something that's going to make sense of what you spend your money on in tickets.
Yeah. I hope they have someone in place soon to replace him if they don't already have someone picked.
They already have a replacement for Raw, as they brought up a new lead writer. I'm looking for her name here. So there, Alexandra Williams revealed on her LinkedIn that she has been promoted to the vice president and lead writer for Monday Night Raw. She said, "I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as vice president / lead writer at WWE. She was previously listed as a senior writer in production before the promotion." You guys know how Sticks, Dom, and I feel about creative. I want to bring in our new panel member filling in tonight, Eric here. I want to know, Eric, what do you think of WWE's creative right now, and how do you think the departure of Road Dogg is going to either improve or hinder creative?
So, after comparing to Raw, NXT, you guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So after compared to like Raw, NXT, SmackDown has the most talent, but less effect when it comes to storyline and roster usage. Because you've seen the same formulaic like storyline that you've seen even on Raw. But how should I put this? It just needs more diversity. I'm glad they're changing it up because I'm hearing rumors of doing a double turn between Trick and Sammy, especially seeing that Crash Out Sammy would actually be kind of interesting instead of just coward heel Sammy per se. I think with Road Dogg, you can see which ones he's been writing, and seeing that having a show last for 3 hours can really turn people off, because it has done for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep through certain areas of SmackDown. To be honest, with Shawn Michaels running NXT with the only 2 hours they have, it might be some good pointers for him since it's been a whole lot of chaos, but a whole lot of action going on. It's always entertaining. Raw's been kind of standard. Can't really say much for that. But that's pretty much my opinion.
So you think that they're going to call Shawn Michaels up to replace Road Dogg for SmackDown and maybe bring William Regal in to replace Shawn on NXT, or you think they're finding someone else for Road Dogg's replacement?
I think they might go outside and find somebody else for Road Dogg's replacement. Because I think they're going to keep Shawn in NXT, considering how well it's been doing on the CW. But I think they need they may use him as a consultant. But I think they're going to find another head writer outside of the main people, so to say.
Well, you see,
go ahead, Dom.
I was just saying, we spoke about that. Didn't we speak about that a couple weeks back, saying that Shawn Michaels should come up because he did a hell of a job with NXT. For the little bit that they have, he's doing a great job down there compared to what they're doing up here. You know, and you have William Regal. What do you really have? William Regal is I know
War Games.
You know, and he did a good job. Yeah. You know, when he was NXT, back in the
back in gold era.
Exactly. So, and then he did a good job when he went to AEW. So maybe you could flip flop and have him go back to NXT and have Shawn Michaels come up to the main roster to do the writing for SmackDown. That might pump new blood, and he could have some decent storytelling to make things happen. And look, you're right. 3 hours. You know, when you watch it 3 hours, it becomes a snooze fest because they have a lot of back. They have the back segments in the back, and then they talk about the events that happened on Raw. Right. Then they talk about other things. You have 9 million commercials. You come back and it's just 3 hours. You want nonstop action. Hey, look, I don't look. I like the segments. I like things, but the nonstop action should be up in front. And storytelling. Look, Raw always had the grittier storytelling back in the day, and SmackDown had more of the action-packed. Raw was more of the soap opera, and SmackDown was more of the action-packed pace that separated the two shows. And what makes me laugh is that you see what's going on. We have a lot of injuries, which is sad, and things do happen. You have guys they're not even using. You know, if you
Royce Keys.
Exactly. Like I was just telling Matt, have friggin' Royce Keys friggin' goddamn become part of the vision. Have him like become an enforcer. Listen, you got to have these two guys out for the next 6 months. And Braun Breaker's hernia surgery was actually worse than what they expected, so he might miss WrestleMania.
I have a feeling he's not going to, and I think that the Seth stuff. The fact that Seth is back and was revealed at Elimination Chamber that he is the masked man, I think they're holding Braun Breaker back. I think he's going to be at Mania, and I think you're going to see Seth versus Breaker at Mania. I think that's still the play.
The Monday Night Raw before he's going to come out, and is that going to be Logan Paul?
No, I think they're going to go a different direction with Logan Paul. I think that Breaker is going to be at Mania.
And I think that they are going to pull 1 or 2 more members of the Vision.
I think you're going to see Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos for the tag team championships.
Yeah.
It might even be, my thinking, it might be they have to add another Vision to the member to the Vision right now. You got 2 people in Austin Theory and Logan Paul. You have to have another member to the Vision. They basically, as of Raw, pretty much just wrote Paul Heyman off TV for a while.
Yeah,
which is great because it's kind of been getting stale with Paul Heyman. They have to have another member, so it makes sense for them to call up like an Ethan Page.
I would love
something like that. So
Ricky Saints.
Right now, what do you do? Yeah. They have Brock Lesnar doing this open challenge. So effectively,
Yeah.
that's you don't have Brock Lesnar for what I mean. How do you throw LA Knight and all this if you're going to continue on with the rumored Brock Lesnar versus LA Knight? Because LA Knight was driving the ambulance and he's all of a sudden holding Paul Heyman somewhere. So Brock Lesnar's going to go on a warpath trying to get his walrus back. Is that what we're going on, or like, are you going to add another member to the Vision and have the Usos and LA Knight versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and insert third member here, particularly maybe Ethan Page?
Well, look, Ethan. Look, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eric. Talk.
No. You good?
Because I was going to say that it makes a lot of sense. Like you drop the open challenge with Brock Lesnar, and now you have him go after Seth Rollins. And would you want to see Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania? Yeah. Would you want to see that?
Why have Brock go after Seth though? What connection are you? Because
Seth has his own story.
Because Seth stomped Heyman.
Yeah. Well, Seth has his own story. Is that, or like I said, you have a bunch of people in the back where you could bring up an Ethan Page, which would be it would be good,
Mm-hmm. But I just don't think you can factor Brock in anything, because I think the whole reason for the open challenge is because they have no creative direction for Brock Lesnar. So like we were talking before the show, there's two names that theoretically make sense to me for the Brock Open Challenge to enter that, and it's going to be either Obafemi, but I really think we're going to get it really seems to me that they're working a program between Obafemi and Rusev right now, and I know we're going to get that match on Monday night, but I think we're going to get that match at WrestleMania as well. Royce Keys, he's the only one that I think could answer that open challenge and could benefit for it, since they're openly saying they don't have a storyline for him. Why not have him be the one who answers that call? And kind of to back up a little bit, to talk about Crash Out Sammy a little bit, I like the new direction of that potential for Sami Zayn, but do you feel that Crash Out Sammy is a little too close to conspiracy theory Sammy, where he was like, oh, everyone's out to get me? There's this giant, like when the character he was playing when he wrestled Johnny
There's a parallel there, yeah. There's definitely a parallel. I mean, they got the same inserts, right?
So the only difference I see between Crash Out and conspiracy is that Crash is actually taking blame for himself instead of him blaming others. That's it.
Well, I mean, he kind of blamed Cody Rhodes a little bit for,
crybaby.
Yeah.
Well, he said he went to help Cody. That's it. So if he didn't help Cody, then Sam would kind of feel conflicted.
I mean, I'll go back to say, like I said last week, there's nothing worse than another man telling a man that the only thing standing in his way is himself. So, but I don't know. I'm okay with them turning Trick baby face as long as they don't try to change his character too much.
He'll still keep that more of a tweener charisma type of beat.
I just worry that them turning him face is going to have him fall into the same category as Carmelo Hayes, where he goes underutilized for 2 years of his career on the main roster.
Right.
Well, he went mostly heel during that time frame until they kind of switched him up in the face. Now he's U.S. champion because people saw his athletic ability and showmanship in the ring.
But they still really have no direction for him as U.S. champion because they just keep doing the U.S. champion Open Challenge. Like it's like he's there to defend that belt, but there's really he's not in any program with anyone.
Well, he's kind of stuck with the MFTs right now with Tama Tonga, since they keep interrupting his matches. And they just recently had tag team or 6-man?
8-man. Was it an 8-man?
8. I know it was 8 with the
10-man. It was Apollo Crews. It was
Cardona, Ilya.
Yeah. The slow style.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. Nakamura. Yeah, and Carmelo and Dragunov. Yeah.
So yeah, because I think Carmelo's stuck in the stuff with the MST as long as same as who is also not being utilized much is the White Six.
Yeah, that group is just not working. It really, this whole like, I don't know, battle for the lantern thing is just very lame.
What if
There's
there's
no
a Road Dogg thing?
like you got to admit, I have to admit that 2 weeks ago we saw what was probably the worst Monday Night Raw in recent memory.
Exactly.
And then over the last, like, you can tell that there was a creative shift because over the last couple of weeks, Raw has like slowly gotten better. Last week, the first hour was really, really good, and then it fell off after Bronson Reed got hurt. And this week was better. I wouldn't say it was like a great show by any means, but it was a lot better. By especially coming off the heels of Elimination Chamber, I figured we would have got more. But I don't know. It just feels like we're a month away, a little over a month away from WrestleMania, and it still doesn't feel like WrestleMania season.
Nope.
And especially if the reports of 14 to 15 matches on per night for WrestleMania is what they're going with, like, what are we building to?
They're going to try and have 6 women matches during the weekend.
Yeah. They said they want to break like a record with the 6.
So that means every title has to be defended, right? That means women's Intercontinental, women's the U.S. title,
all titles on the line.
Have to be on the line.
It's not the Champions Part 2.
Because I mean, you got to do something to sell tickets, and I think that's why we're getting
safe. They're playing it safe. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
How about that? How about that exploding online, and all of a sudden, like, the whole locker room doesn't like Jade Cargill, and apparently it's not a work. It's legit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, like the whole thing is, they would talk about like this. The beef is real. That even in AEW, she had issues at AEW. The person she is, but they say that she's not bad, not a bad person. It's just that she's very passionate as a wrestler. You know, she might want to critique some things, but I don't know how true certain things are when it comes to the rumors about another person like CM Punk. CM Punk, everybody, the locker room, a lot of people hate him. He's who he is, this and that, and he's trying to play a good CM Punk. He's on his return that he came back. People still say he's an asshole. You know, I don't know.
I hear that she's pretty insecure when it comes in the locker room, to be honest. That's what I've been hearing. But
who, Jade?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because she's got that stigma on her that she can't wrestle. And a lot of the people in the IWC say that she hasn't gotten any better when being in the WWE system from when she was in AEW.
Because she never went to NXT. She came up straight. She didn't have that extra training. And now they took her to the house shows. So there's no house shows to help with some things. It's just, it's unfortunate that she's where she's at. Look, she's got the look, but the hands down.
Yeah.
She needs better mic skills. And she's an okay wrestler. She's not like the greatest wrestler. Look at Nia Jax. Nia Jax, has a couple of moves here and then, and she sits on you. But Jade Cargill has a lot more in the arsenal. But that goes with lack of like I said, house shows, lack of the training when you're training your partner. Like usually when you're gonna have a situation, have a confrontation with somebody, and have that long rivalry, you need to have shows in between so you get on the same page when you do wrestle on TV and big events. So it's going to be interesting to see her fight Rhea Ripley, and watch her style against her style, and see how it clashes. But I don't know. There's just a lot of, you see, all this stuff comes out when you things start like sinking fast, from creative to the roster to after everything starts falling fast because people start noticing the little things, because there's nothing like the negative ticket sales, the prices of tickets, it just the over the
starting to add up.
The aura of the whole franchise of the show of WWE has so much negativity going on. All these things are getting picked out of the woodwork. So hopefully something starts changing. And look, I know for a fact they're not going to sell any more tickets than what they really have for WrestleMania 1, 2, because there's really nothing exciting big until they actually get some stuff going. Because we really don't know some of the matches.
Especially at what they're asking for prices. You're asking people to buy blindly, and we don't even know but 2 matches so far.
Yeah.
Potentially,
Three. I think it's
potentially 3. But from all intents and purposes, if you believe everything that's going on, and I'm inclined to, we're going to have a major shakeup where we're going to have CM Punk, Roman Reigns headlining night 2, but we're going to have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton night 1 because Nick Aldis went on the after show after the Elimination Chamber and made this championship match, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. And it's good. Like I told you, there is no way. It's like I've been saying for a month now. There's no way Drew McIntyre is going into Mania as champion.
And nobody wants Cody Rhodes to be champion again.
But that's the money maker. That's the marquee money maker match. That's what people want to see. Is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton.
Roman Reigns, the money makers, to play it safe.
Okay.
They're afraid to go outside the box on a lot of things, and that's that's the point that's going on. Unless you have Cody Rhodes turning fully heel and keep Randy, because Randy has been getting a lot of good, positive feedback as the babyface.
Randy's gonna get that feedback whether he's a heel or babyface. It's just the reaction he draws.
I know, but it's you got to change. Like there needs to be something that, like, oh shit, this is gonna be one of the matches. I'll pay to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Sticks. I see you got the iPad out. You must have something important to say.
I got the iPad out. So you brought up ticket sales. So I thought I'd get the update. So as of this week, night 1 has only sold 36,200 tickets, and night 2 37,135. They say that's down about 19% from last year. But when you compare it to 40 sold 90,000 tickets.
40.
And that means they're down 35%, really.
What did we say that Allegiance held? 63,000 or something like that?
But wasn't WrestleMania 40 where Cody finished the story?
Yep, it was in Philly.
Yeah, but
that was
they had a storyline. They had a storyline that brought people in.
One of the most spectacular endings to any wrestling match.
It was
at the end,
and we were still talking bloodline at that point.
Yeah, bloodline. But you're talking about that Seth Rollins freaking sacrificed himself. He was hurt. Freaking everybody went neck to neck. The Undertaker came out. It was crazy. It was like it was just an amazing feeling at the end when Cody won. Everybody was hugging Seth Rollins. Just the story. The story alone was worth the price of admission. And
so Allegiant Stadium can hold. Allegiant Stadium can hold 65,000 in the seats and up to 71 to 72 with 4 seats.
So WrestleMania 41 did a combined 63,000 across both nights last year. So
not even filling it for one night.
Yeah.
So we're about the same thing. A little bit more.
Well, no. So you said how many tickets are sold right now? 36?
36 and 37?
30. Yeah.
So it's not even half.
Third.
Yeah, 36.2 on night 1 and 37.1 on night 2. That's not even close to half.
Damn.
Half would be 30. Well, half would be 35. So yeah, that's about half.
Well, I know SmackDown. I've seen reports, Eric, for SmackDown here on the road to WrestleMania. They're doing buy 2 get 1 free tickets because people aren't buying them.
I intended to buy it with my birthday money if you want to go.
So, but right now, SmackDown there's been no reason to go. Why go spend all that money for a SmackDown show that you're not getting anything out of?
Yeah.
And also, they're giving out free vouchers at McDonald's to certain participants who buy a certain amount of tickets. So,
what an incentive!
I just made that up. I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
get a free Archie's meal, the meal that even the McDonald's CEO doesn't want to eat.
Oh, jeez.
With your ticket to Friday Night SmackDown.
Well, I got a feeling Monday Night Raw, the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania is going to probably be a big one, and SmackDown will probably have its thing, you know, SmackDown too, you know, but Raw is the one that's hurting more because Raw don't have that many. I think there's more talent on SmackDown, right?
Well, they really kind of fumbled with Maxine and Natty.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That's really
I would say, the younger talent is on SmackDown. The more established talent is on Raw. But I mean, Raw the last couple of weeks has been more entertaining. Really, SmackDown has just, aside from the Open Challenge and the Sami Zayn stuff, there really hasn't been anything to talk about on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, but I'm more of an NXT person compared to both of them right now.
Listen, I just bring up Jada Parker.
I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people are enjoying what NXT is doing. My thing with NXT is NXT just seems to be a lot of backstage segments and not a lot of wrestling.
What? There's more. I think there's more wrestling there than they had in Raw this week. Last week. I don't know, man.
I don't know. You have what?
I think it's about the same.
2 hours of NXT, and there's maybe 3 or 4 matches with like 16 backstage segments.
But you see, if the segments are good, like when you have a good show, you could have 5 matches, 4 or 5 matches, and the backstage segments are good. That's a good show.
But no one wants to sit in the stands down and watch backstage segments on the Jumbotron.
I know, but I'm just saying. But the way things go, look, how do you think SmackDown's getting by a 3-hour show? They got to have freaking backstage segments, 9,000 commercials.
Oh, a 3-hour show, you're definitely going to have backstage segments.
An hour of the show actually is just wasted in advertisements and freaking backstage segments, if you really think about it.
You got to have at least 2 matches an hour.
But here's the thing, even on Raw and SmackDown for 2.5 to 3 hour shows, they have like max 5 matches. All the rest are backstage segments or just commercial breaks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there were so many commercial breaks on Raw on Monday night.
Yeah, they were.
So many.
Holy cow.
About 20, you can guarantee, and I've paid attention to this, so about 20 to 25 minutes into Raw, there's that first commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And every 10 minutes after.
Yeah, that's what it feels like every 10 minutes after.
And then they got but at least SmackDown, they show the little screen. They show the wrestling going on. Raw doesn't do that.
Oh, because it's on Netflix.
Netflix, yep. Since it's on cable, they can do the picture-in-picture, but if it's Netflix streaming, nah.
And depending on what level of Netflix you have, you miss promos because they have like...
You got to have the international. You got to go get a VPN.
Yeah, well, I guess Natty was cutting a promo on Monday during commercials, and you miss out on the promo work.
Right.
I like the hot start from Monday Night Raw. I really did. Like, I liked
it was actually
starting off with the Vision and the whole masked man thing where they're in the ring and you have the 4 different masked men coming out of and taking everybody out, and then Paul Heyman getting the stomp and LA Knight drive. What happened? Like, where did LA Knight take him? Like, I don't like that we didn't get a follow up on that. But like, where did LA Knight take him in the ambulance?
How did come back?
Yeah,
so fast after being knocked out, after being stretched to take him to the ambulance, he came back. He should have had him like off the show one day.
Well, can't keep a good oos down. You can't have Raw without yeeting. You have to get your yeeting in.
Yeah,
gotta run it back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, but that was a good Raw. That Jimmy came out of nowhere and hit Boston Theory. And that was great with LA Knight. But You see, really, now you have the story. Like I said, Austin Theory and Logan Paul go for the belts. They win the belts at WrestleMania. We got to put some gold on the vision. You have to give,
or break them up.
That's such an unlikely tag team, though, man.
Well, listen. Didn't Logan Paul was saying about he wanted to go for the Intercontinental Championship? He was going to take it off Dirty Dom, and now he lost it. Now, freaking Penta has it. Now, who's to say that he doesn't go after Penta? Like I said, I don't know if you got to make story, but they're forcing the story. There's no story. They're forcing things together. It's not like 1 week. It's slowly, gradually making things happen. They're trying to ram it all in at one time.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Penta goes now after winning the IC title, though.
You think he's better as a chaser than a winner?
No, I like that he won because Dom has not defended that title since
AJ Styles.
No, well, yeah,
Cena.
Yeah, Cena at a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Since he won it off Cena at Survivor Series, he has not defended that title since then because he got injured. So I'm happy Penta took it off of him, but it's like, where does Penta go from here now?
Like, who's he gonna fight? Like,
what's his next feud?
Intercontinental Open Challenge.
Another open challenge.
No more open challenges.
He can start a feud like there's really nobody. Like I said, you got to bring. I think they should bring some people up. The Intercontinental. You see what's crazy? Now that they make the Intercontinental Championship, like the Women's Intercontinental Championship, now they got a 5-way battle royal to see who's going to be the number one contender to fight AJ Lee for her open challenge.
Yeah, and it's not even at WrestleMania.
No, it's Monday night. This Monday coming up.
No, I'm saying the challenge her. It's not even at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't understand why. It makes no sense.
Is it in New York or what?
Yeah, it's at Madison Square Garden.
That's why.
I should go. I write down. I'm thinking 2 stops the train. Oh, wait, I can go. I should go.
Yeah, train ride and
yeah, right.
Two times you can yell at the homeless people on the train.
That's another story in its own.
Get off my train.
But that's we'll talk more about Raw and SmackDown and NXT when we get into our recaps of it. But let's quickly recap Elimination Chamber and find out who holds the off the mat IWC Championship after Elimination Chamber.
Let's definitely get into this. I think there might be some shock and awe after this one. All right. So just to prove, I'll hold it up to the camera. I made sure I wrote things down.
This
things
time,
are definitely written down.
No
Steiner math this week. It's 6 math. It's still sticks math, so don't get too excited. All right. Hey, surprise! I had the show completely correct on my sheet last week, so we didn't have to change too much. Good. Everything I had was right in. Here we go. Women's Elimination Chamber right off the bat. Rhea Ripley outlasted Tiffany Stratton, Ahsoka, Alexa Bliss, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez to win.
And listen,
I think I did call her.
Also, Kiana James and Raquel Rodriguez both had wardrobe malfunctions. So you got to see. They blacked out the screen with Katana James, but you got to see a little booby from Raquel.
I like how you said her name right, and then within 2 words later said her name wrong.
Raquel Rodriguez.
No, you said Kiana James correctly, and then you called her
Katana James. I said Katana James. Yeah, I know.
Katana. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Listen, Dub had Tiffany went in, but I think it was pretty well known that Rhea was going to win, because who else are you going to put up against what's her name?
What does this do for Io now, though? What is them losing the tag team championships on SmackDown last week, and now Rhea winning this? What does that do for Io?
So they broke up amicably on Raw. They split up the tag team. They amicably broke up.
Yeah.
Rio says, go get your championship, win it. So she was all for that. I don't think it does really anything to that. I think it just puts her back on the single circuit.
Right, but I'm saying, like, heading into WrestleMania, what does that do? Where do we see Io going for WrestleMania? Is she gonna?
There's 3 routes. So she can try to get into the title scene with the WWE, the Women's Heavyweight Championship, the IC Championship, or getting back and going after the Kabuki Wars.
See, that's where I think she's going. I see 2 matches. I see her versus Asuka, or Kyrie versus Asuka.
All right, this is I'm going to give you 5 things where Io Sky can go from here.
5 things.
Io Sky can become a #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. She could get involved with Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley feud and taken out by the champion. She also can rescue Kyrie from Asuka, and the duo can go and become a tag team. She could turn heel, attacking Rhea Ripley on SmackDown, or she could turn heel by reforming Damage Control with Kyrie and Asuka. So that's the direction where you can get Io. Those 5 things.
And I don't think any of those are what's going to happen.
Her versus Kyrie maybe, but not forming a tag team.
Remember, friggin' Rhea Ripley has never defeated Io Sky.
Correct.
So eventually down the road, they're gonna have to fight each other.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna save that for like SummerSlam when Rhea has the championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think the story is Asuka versus Kyrie. I think Io can go after the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe something happens where Asuka interferes with her and AJ Lee at Madison Square Garden, which sets up AJ Lee versus Io at Mania for a rematch. And Kyrie defects from Asuka, turns on Asuka, but I think that we're going to see Kyrie versus Asuka at Mania. I just don't know really where that leaves Io Sky.
Yeah.
So I guess the one thing you could do, you could have Asuka versus Io. Io is defending Asuka for some reason. Kyrie defending Kyrie because Asuka, I don't know, hits her or knocks her out or whatever. She bullying her.
You know what? They fight.
Goes up against her. They fight. Kyrie gets involved. Asuka loses. Then those 2 could have a fight. That would be your setup.
Or you'd have the setup and have her fight Asuka for the hand of Kyrie. Whoever gets Kyrie, they fight, and Kyrie goes with them.
The hand of Kyrie.
The hand of Kyrie in marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is what keeps us together.
Yep. Yeah.
But overall, this was a okay match. It wasn't like anything to write home about. It was your pretty much standard Elimination Chamber match. I just think the way the booking was set up, nobody wanted to see. We just saw Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill last year. Nobody really wanted to see that again.
Nobody wants to see the Undertaker fight The Rock. The Rock fights Stone Cold or Triple H 9,000 times like they used to. Nobody wants to see that?
No.
Okay.
No. Because the story isn't there. The story, the build up isn't the same as that.
Yeah, I know.
Raquel Rodriguez was just going after the championship on Raw, so there was no way they were just going to insert her into the SmackDown championship. Kiana James, that was kind of a throwaway. She is getting better.
So she's going to be a star down the road, so you can see her in a lot more things down the road.
Asuka was the only other one that I thought about. I would love to see Asuka break away from Kyrie and kind of get back to being Asuka as we know her, where she's just the badass Empress of Tomorrow, not what they've got her doing with the Kabuki Warriors. Because I thought when they initially reunited the Kabuki Warriors, I thought they were saying that it was only going to be that one night. It wasn't going to be forever. And we're relaunching the Kabuki Warriors again, and we've had them for what, like 6 months now?
Yeah.
Longer than that. Yeah. No. So not a huge thought process here. Rhea winning was pretty much straight across the board. There we go.
The safest way to go. It was the safest way to go, and hopefully money.
It was like I said last week. Kiana James is going to do good things and better and big things, but this wasn't her time. If they had her win, I would have been completely surprised as a newcomer. But
the fact is
Tiffany, we're going to do Tiffany. Asuka's got her own thing coming up, and Raquel's,
Kiana James is eventually going to fight.
They're not going to put Raquel in
Julia. You're going to have her fight Julia eventually. You have them break away. Yeah.
So,
All
right. All right, so here AJ Lee defeated Becky Lynch and became the new Intercontinental Champion. Me and Pete got that wrong. Now, Matt and Dom, tell me, you give me your solid opinion. You guys had AJ winning because of a disqualification for Becky, but not taking the title.
Yes.
So I did not award points for that because it wasn't. Yes, she won, but she didn't take the title. I was
very surprised that she did win. I thought that they're going to fight now. I guess Becky and AJ is off the.
I think that's done.
That's done.
I think that's done.
I think we're going to get Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr.
Yeah.
Because Jessica Carr is going to surprise
good way to go.
People, because a lot of people don't know that Jessica Carr is actually a wrestler. So I think we're going to get Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr at Mania.
She was in Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Evolve, yeah.
Yeah, also, you're going to get, coming up, you might see friggin' Tom Brady. He's supposed to be coming to WWE.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, man, he's talking about Tom Brady.
He ain't getting in the wrestling.
Get out of here. He ain't going to do that. What's he going to do, hit you with his 10 Super Bowl
Listen,
rings?
I hear avocado ice cream has magical powers, but I don't think it has that kind of power to make him get in the wrestling.
Avocado ice cream is good, man.
Avocados from Mexico.
Yeah, I was surprised that they pulled the trigger on this as well right now. Especially, I mean, it makes sense doing it in Chicago, but her first night back, I thought for sure they would have tried to string it out till Mania as much as possible. Because now, I mean, what's AJ going to do? Is she going to work a Roman Reigns schedule where we're not going to see her again until like the Raw before Mania and then at Mania or Madison Square Garden?
Which
She's
is what I
up again until Madison Square Garden where she has to put the belt on the line. And then you're only going to see her a couple more times, like SummerSlam, maybe Money in the Bank after that. But they pulled the trigger.
I like you guys. I mean, I think the way you guys said it last week was probably more to what probably could have happened with her at least winning in Chicago, but not taking the belt. But her getting the belt, I didn't expect them to give her the belt.
I think it's like I said in our group chat the other night, like it feels like the AJ Lee mystique is wearing off quick. And I think it's wearing off quicker than WWE thought it was going to be when they brought her back. And people are starting to not care. So putting the Intercontinental Championship on her now kind of forces you to care.
Listen, that you're right. No, you're right, Matt, about that. My thing is that, because she's not around often. When she came back, it was great. She's had that contract, and all of a sudden you didn't see her for months, like a month. I'm tired of the part-timers. You want to see the belt on friggin' TV every week. You don't have to fight
at least every other week.
Exactly.
If not every week.
Here for 2 or 3 weeks, you come back and show it, then you're gone again, and then you're fighting for a belt that's not even there. When so comes back, we'll have a championship match. Come on.
Yeah, right. I guess my question would be here would be my question. Did WWE bring her in because she's AJ Lee? Or did they bring her in because she's CM Punk's wife?
Both.
Yeah, I think it's really both.
Yeah.
I mean, granted it's both, but I mean, they're trying to keep Punk in good graces. Hey, let's bring in your wife for a little bit.
No, I think Punk is the catalyst for it, because I really think that they wanted AJ Lee back for the longest time, and I think they wanted her back all the way back to the first Evolution, and she just kept saying no and no and no and no, and then finally and I think a lot of that was out of respect for her husband, because Punk was going through everything he was going through, and when he came back and everything, I think she kind of stayed away to see how the relationship went and how things went. And as time went on and this stuff with Punk, and it seems like now that Vince is gone and Punk is actually a company guy, they approached her about it again, and she finally said yes, and they kind of used him as that catalyst to get her to say yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I see that.
All right, what do you think, Eric?
About the whole situation with AJ Lee?
Yeah, with her winning the title, what do you think they're going to do with Becky?
I was surprised, but not surprised about the win, because I knew it was going to happen eventually. Just didn't know it was going to happen then.
Right.
I do like the angle with Jessica Carr and Becky and her Becky believers. I hope that Jessica Carr can actually showcase her wrestling skills in the ring, even though it's even if it's on like a regular Raw show, or even better at Mania. People just need to see that she can go to it. As far as afterwards, I think they're going to come around back to Becky versus AJ at Mania. I think Becky's going to take her title back.
You think they're going to give Becky a third run with the Intercontinental Championship?
Yes, considering how people are eating up Becky Lynch's persona.
Apparently, it's not just Sports Illustrated that says it, or Bleacher Report that says it. Apparently, Eric.
I said it.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's just I'm not. You see, I don't know who else could fit in the same spot for AJ Lee that Becky can, to be honest. Like who else? Can?
That's the big question, right? Because there's nobody in that.
Nobody has the star power like Becky Lynch has in the Raw Women's division right now.
Right.
What if Paige comes back surprisingly and on her return challenges AJ Lee for the belt and beats her again, just like they did it the first time?
Then fucking bring back the Divas title, because that's pretty much what it's all going to be now.
Bring back the butterfly title.
Well, actually, that sounds like that actually sounds a legitimate, possibility, because you do an open challenge. You do that, and you make, you got to have an open challenge, but now you're gonna have a five woman. Five women.
Is it a gauntlet match or just a
it's
fatal 5-way?
It's a 5-way. But the fact is that an open challenge. But
it's a gauntlet match, I believe.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's crazy. But you have an open challenge. That means it's an open challenge for anyone. Then all of a sudden you have a 5-way.
It's not really an open challenge. She said that. She basically said, I'm going to be a fighting champion, and I'm here to take on all comers. So if you want some, come get some. And Pierce is the one that made it a gauntlet match, because Io Sky went to him, and then you saw Bailey and
Lyra
go to him, as well. And they need to get Ivy Nile away from this Intercontinental Championship. There's no reason she should be continuing to challenge for this belt. Like Lyra too. Lyra's been in the mix for this belt since its inception, even though she's the inaugural winner. Ivy Nile's been right there too. Like they need to move them away from this belt.
Trying to figure out who else. Like I'm trying to figure out who else in the women's roster can get that kind of stuff for her.
Here's what I think they should do. They should have Io win this gauntlet match and have Io face her at Madison Square Garden. At Madison Square Garden, if she can, Roxanne Perez comes back. Roxanne Perez interferes in the match, costs Io the title, and by beating down AJ Lee, and we get Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee at Mania, because Roxanne Perez has been on record saying that AJ Lee is the reason she started wrestling. Yeah. So I think that's the most interesting match for AJ Lee right now would be against Roxanne Perez and have Roxanne Perez take the title off of her at Mania.
Just not sure how long of the recovery after she had that mask taken out, though.
Yeah,
true, but.
Well, listen, you have different ways. Hey, Saraya can turn up in the Becky Lynch and Carr fight. You know, because you really want to see Becky Lynch versus Hart. Is that a grabbing match? Is that a match that
I think so? Yes, and
I think,
and so. I think it's the shock factor because you got to think what. People are going to go to Mania because it's a spectacle. There's people that go to Mania that aren't real everyday wrestling fans like the four of us. There's people that just go because it's WrestleMania, right? And it's a spectacle.
Right.
So if you're going to WrestleMania and you're like, why is this referee fighting Becky Lynch? Like everyone knows Becky Lynch, right? Nobody really knows Jessica Carr unless you follow professional wrestling pretty religiously. So imagine the pop she gets when this referee who you didn't know wrestle comes out and she starts hanging with Becky Lynch and like getting one up on her and actually showing out over Becky Lynch. I think the crowd would pop huge for that.
Okay.
I do too.
And if she wins, that'd be good.
Because Becky's got this whole like thing going where she's calling her out online. She's questioning her referee's license. She's got people writing these fake like change.org petitions and asking, I forget Adam Pearce to suspend her, and it just like it's completely leading to Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr.
All right, cool. All right,
don't sound so defeated, Dom.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, you're right. It sounds like a legitimate, fight that can happen. That actually would you'll build a new star. Kind of.
I think it's got the build up, or start of a build up, really, to make.
Listen, I didn't say Finn is going to win. I said I would love Finn to win, but it's going to be CM Punk. Because I thought that Dom and JD were going to come out.
I'll have to rewatch that there, Dom. So CM Punk retained over Finn Balor. I don't know if you did say that, Dom. I think you
no. Go back.
You flipped it. Yeah, I'll rewatch. But I will tell you that will not affect the outcome.
Matt turned around. I was like, listen. He goes, Dom is talking about the Finn Balor, like the way he was talking about Finn Balor. I said, I would love for Finn Balor to win. But he's not going to win because they're not going to take that chance.
Okay.
But anyway, that's right.
Yeah. I mean,
I like how definitive it's like you can argue all you want. It's not going to change the outcome.
It's not going to change the outcome. Great. I thought this was a good match between them. I thought that, and it ended the right way. And then in the aftermath, you get the handshake at the end, which is going to cause the rift.
Pepsi Phil was triumphant.
Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi Phil.
Yeah, Pepsi Phil. And then, so I enjoyed the match. What about you guys?
It was a little slow pace. The match was good
at times.
At times, but there was some guy. Finn also had a little mishap on the ropes. Apparently, the ropes were slippery. That Logan Paul was defending LA Knight about the ropes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Those ropes were kind of slippery. So,
yeah.
But overall, listen, I think that if they would have really went outside the box if they let Finn Balor win, it would have been very interesting for WrestleMania. But they really wanted CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
You can defend LA Knight all you want. The ropes were slippery. That's cool. But what about the other times? Because out of 10 matches, you could have LA Knight wrestled 10 matches in a row. And I guarantee you, he's going to have a botch in at least 5 of them. Probably. It's going to be a split between botches and non-botches. Bye, Eric.
Yeah.
All right.
Even if you watch some of the if you see some of the fan videos, the fans are even saying, "Not again," like all the time. They're calling it straight as it is, and even Randy was laughing at him, I guess.
Yeah,
in the ring. So
you see when LA Knight recovers and he drops the elbow on Randy. Randy rolls away, kind of chuckling as he drops that elbow. But yeah, this is a great match. Balor showed up and showed out, and he was very much in control of the match right up until the finish. I definitely think it shows that the match between Roman and Punk is going to have a crazy finish or a fast finish or a gimmicked finish, because it just doesn't seem like Punk can go into the deep end.
I don't.
Yeah.
It just seemed like as Punk goes, you really started to see him getting gassed and blown up, and it's hard for him to hang in there to where he's like, all right, we got to hit that finish and hit the GTS and call it a night.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So, do you think we're going to have interference for somebody come WrestleMania? Like WrestleMania, his fight in WrestleMania is having interference for somebody. Somebody's going to come out because the way he made it, he tells Roman Reigns, "You're all alone." Somebody's got to come and help him out.
So there was a couple. I mean, we'll probably talk about it later, but there's a couple Easter eggs in that whole exchange, right?
I said it, Chris Jericho.
So you get the Jericho, and you get him saying "you're all alone," which indicates that at some point he's not going to be alone.
No,
because it's obviously going to be the opposite of that. Come whenever.
Zilla Fatu.
That's the going thing, right? Zilla hasn't shown up for the. What is it now? A year and a half since they said he was coming in, and he hasn't shown up.
Well, remember he had the fight with Ricky Saints at NXT, and then he went to AEW for Forbidden Door, MJF. I think we're gonna get Zilla. Sure, it has to go to NXT first to get get more experience. But
I don't think so. I think they're gonna plug him right into this.
I don't know if they're gonna plug him right in.
He's going to have to go to NXT and work a program with Ricky Saints after Ricky Saints attacked him.
Yeah.
The only Illinois family member that went to NXT is Solo Sikoa. That's it. Everybody else just sort of straight to the main roster.
Yep.
That's true. You are correct. But I mean, I don't know. Do you really put the belt back on Roman as he's a part-timer and he just held it for 3 years? Yeah, he's never held this title, but do you really do that? Do you take the belt off Punk, who's your other face champion, especially if they're going to take the belt, especially if they're going to put the belt on Cody on Friday tomorrow night and then take it off of him at Mania?
Yeah, that's why you want to do the belt hostage storyline for the umpteenth time.
No.
So I guess the thing to consider nowadays, since we don't get the house shows and things like that, right? So come WrestleMania time, do they have a storyline to go with Roman taking the belt, or B, are they just looking for a way to get CM Punk a vacation time and give him some time off TV so he can come back?
Well, you see,
right? I mean, a lot of this time it's either injury, they're writing off because they need time off.
Well, McIntyre is losing the belt, and then you have to fight with Jacob Fatu. After that, he's going to film Highlander because they're doing he's going to be in the Highlander movie. So that's
I don't remember when they said shooting because they rescheduled the shooting.
I know it's after WrestleMania.
May. It's like 3 weeks after Mania or something like that.
So he's gonna wind up probably losing to Jacob Fatu and then going right to the and leaving and being off for a couple months, couple of weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you see Seth getting involved in this match and
not at all?
Them setting up Seth versus Roman at SummerSlam? Eric said not at all. He's like, nope. All right. Nope.
I think Seth does have his own story. The Braun Breaker thing. I think he's going to be past this.
But you can't do anything with Breaker until he comes back.
I know.
Right now he's not there. You got to do something with him now.
But Breaker, like Matt said, that they probably hold him Breaker in. He's probably going to show up on Monday night and probably spear Seth Rollins the Monday night before WrestleMania.
It's only been 3 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks since he's.
No, not 3 weeks. It's been a month. About a month.
It's been a month? Okay,
it's
like 4 weeks. Excuse me.
They said it usually takes away, anyway, 6 to 8 weeks. But we don't know. He might not come back. Maybe he's still going to have to recover.
It's going to depend on how they did the surgery. It's going to depend on if it was robotic or
but they said that it was worse than what it was.
Cut him open.
They said it was worse than what it was. That it was a deeper hernia.
Well, I mean, that's fine. But again, it's going to go to how the surgery was done. If it was done laparoscopically with the robot, your recovery time is about 4 to 6 weeks. If they have to cut you open, your recovery time's a lot longer. So, and it's a matter of where it was and can he take, what moves he can take and can he hit the spear effectively? I don't know. I still think that he comes back right before Mania, and we're gonna get Seth versus Breaker. I mean,
what's up, Dub?
Hey, Dub.
Because to me, it just makes sense. Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I mean, are you gonna leave LA Knight off of the Mania card? The Brock Lesnar thing doesn't make sense. Because they're clearly already showing their hand with this whole Brock Lesnar open challenge that they have no plans for Lesnar.
I think they change it. I think Brock Lesnar becomes a part of the vision for the time being until Paul Heyman comes back, and I think they're gonna wind up making him fight Seth just because of Paul Heyman.
We've already seen that a bunch of times. We don't need to see Seth versus Brock again. There's nothing there. Like Seth versus Braun is the money match.
I hate to, but if Braun can't come back, you got to figure something out.
Well,
and we already seen
then
Seth
maybe you pivot at that point and just have Seth versus Logan Paul, or you add a third member and you have Seth versus Logan Paul. And
we already saw Seth versus Joey Lawrence.
Huh?
We already saw Seth fight Joey Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence.
Yeah, that's Logan
Paul.
Whoa! They call him. Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, they call him Joey Lawrence?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that either.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. What was in the box? That's right. Danhausen was in the box. Very nice, very evil. Prepare to be cursed. He got a lot of. I don't want to say he got a lot of heat. He got booed. People were expecting Jericho to come out of that box. They all got.
I think the fans expected something.
Their over expectation got the better of them. Because when Danhausen comes out of that box, they're all like, "Who is?"
And one of those
this?
girls is
not
his wife,
who I want.
which is funny.
Yep, the lead girl was his wife. So, I like Danhausen. I think
like
he's
a lot.
I think he's a great comedic character. Yes, I think he'll do good things with WWE. Am I expecting him to be doing great things and winning championships? No. But what he's been doing so far has been
He cursed Dominic, and Dominic lost the belt.
He cursed Dominic. He lost the match. So you might get a Dominic versus Danhausen match at some point.
But see where his debut really wasn't his fault. Because WWE, and like Dom said, 100%, Dom's correct. We as the IWC and the fans built up to this whole idea of what's in the box, only to be let down.
But you see, WWE also, you have for 2 or 3 weeks going back and forth, like something big was in the box. Danhausen should have been a character that came out from underneath the mat to say something, to do something. Like, who the hell is this guy? You had the box, the whole box thing, and the expectations. Of course, people are going to think all these different things. People were thinking the video content of who attacked Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso, the CEO for the general manager.
Wait, the Zapruder film in the box coming out?
Yeah,
Jimmy Hoffa's murderer is going to come out of the box.
Jimmy.
But you know what? Like I said, he's a merchandise juggernaut. Like, and when he wasn't even wrestling in AEW, he was out for 2 years. His merchandise was still a top seller. He has a huge following. So,
I mean, look at R-Truth. He built a fucking 15-year career on just being a comedy act.
I know. So you have him, and it can be comedy gold on Raw or SmackDown. Most likely he'd probably be on Raw.
He is on Raw. We saw that on Monday night.
He's going to be on Raw. He's definitely on Raw.
He had his list of demands. He wants a blimp.
Yeah. The blimp. The camera boy.
He got booed, but he on Raw. Like, his shtick on Raw was fantastic. Like, I'm so glad that they didn't give up on him. They brought him back he did his whole shtick backstage on Raw with Adam Pearce. Like you said, with the list of demands where he wanted a blimp. He wanted he wanted to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year.
This year.
Yeah, he wanted the Triple H pose photo, which he got.
He's like, what is this? He goes, why is this wet? It fell in the toilet.
Yeah.
Not the fucking paper.
Yeah.
Hey, Judgment Day. How's it going? Dominic.
That was my favorite part when he calls over. Judgment Day, have you met Danhausen? Practically pulls him back in so he can get.
He goes, ooh, that's shiny. Can I have it? No, you can't have it.
Yeah, it's the closest you'll ever get to it. And he curses him.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and it gives Dominic an out where he can complain and try to get a rematch against Penta, saying that Danhausen cursed him.
Yeah, you guys. Funny.
But the question is, does the curse carry over to AAA, or do they just keep it a WWE thing? Do they have him drop the AAA Mega Championship because he's cursed?
He's
going to lose the other belt.
Going up against Vikingo, right? He goes up against Vikingo. Yeah, I think he'll lose to Vikingo.
Yeah.
I don't want him to. I really want him to do Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship at Triple Mania.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think Danhausen's gonna be good.
I think he'll be. Yeah. I think he's definitely gonna end up being pretty good.
Very good, very evil.
Yeah, he'll be very good, but very evil. Yeah.
He's gonna probably tell somebody, "I like you. I don't like you. You're cursed." He's gonna do some stupid shit.
And he's got a good. I mean, he's really good friends with Punk, and they have a good dynamic too. Yeah. So that should make things pretty interesting.
He actually bought a couple of years ago. He bought the freaking CM Punk's comic collection.
Well, he bought. So because Punk was stealing his moves and his shtick, he made Punk buy him like $20,000 worth of comics at C2E2 one year.
Yeah.
And he calls him Pepsi Phil, yeah.
Pepsi Phil, yep.
Yeah, Pepsi Phil. Yep. I love that. And then your final match of the night, Randy Orton wins the men's elimination chamber over Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, LA Knight, Jey Uso, Trick Williams.
Did you see Logan Paul dropping Javon Evans on his head?
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
Yo, that was disgusting.
Oh man,
I thought he got hurt because the way he landed, he held his neck too. He's like, yo,
yeah.
he hurt like damn, man.
Impressive pulverizer, and if Javon Evans really didn't get hurt, he sold the shit out of it.
I know.
Yep.
They haven't said anything, so
nope. I think he sold it. So
yeah.
So the match wasn't without controversy. Yeah, I mean, you get the match. The opening of the match wasn't horrible, but it could have went better. The ending, you get we got two masked men.
Yeah,
one being
and you finally
Seth
got
Rollins. Yeah, and I didn't hate that they did it, but I didn't 100% like the fact that Logan Paul was getting all the pins.
I know.
You already know why though.
But I mean, he throw the guy out of the way and take the pin away from him, and
they're trying to really push Logan Paul, because they want Logan Paul.
They do.
They want Logan Paul to be a babyface, but they don't like him. Nobody likes Logan Paul.
Nobody likes Logan Paul. He's not going to be.
But you know what?
Going to take
love him or hate him, he's actually better than some wrestlers back then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that's why they like him, because he puts in the work.
He puts the work
to make himself better and be better than some of these people who've done it for years.
Millions of followers leads to millions of people going to the events.
Yeah. You don't get these people coming in from the outside of wrestling, right? Wrestling is a journeyman's job, right? You go from indie to single promotion up, hopefully to the WWE. He just went into the WWE because of his name status. But yeah. But like I said, he's putting in the work to be where he's at. He's not just, hey, I'm Logan Paul, I should be here, and not doing anything to make himself better. He's getting better. His mic is getting better. His selling is getting better.
Also, he's a hot.
Just working the ring all the others better.
He's a broccoli head bitch because of his hair. Who freaking LA.
Well, that's those are the things that make people not.
I tell you what, like I said, I'm very impressed with Logan Paul's wrestling. The way he wrestles and how fast he's learning, and like I said, better moves than some of the guys that have been there for years.
Right.
So
yeah. I mean, he loves that he's putting in the work.
Yeah.
I like, put your personal bias about how you feel as Logan Paul the person aside. Logan Paul's a professional wrester. He's killing it.
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
Doing excellent. Yeah. He will sooner than later have a championship on him.
He had a championship one time before. Remember, he had the.
That's why I said again. That's why I said again.
Well, the tag team. You're right. The tag team championships. Him and Austin Theory. You got to give him something for now. And then bring up somebody else.
It's gonna have to be Austin Theory.
I
really have anyway. Unless Ethan Page comes up and he goes with Ethan Page.
I want to see Ethan Page. Hopefully that happens.
I think that would be an amazing tag team. The ego on that, Ethan Page and Logan Paul.
Oh, shit, right?
So much better than Logan Paul versus Austin Theory.
Yeah. I actually think what's going to happen is I actually think that we're going to get a new member very soon. Very soon.
I think they have to. They're only down to 2. It's not much of a vision, more of a.
And like I said, now that Paul Heyman's out of there,
dream sequence.
Guys, the vision, those 2 dudes, they definitely gotta do something.
So.
Well, we got to know where. LA Knight took Paul Heyman. Did he take him to his sex dungeon, or like where did he take Paul Heyman? Where did Paul Heyman go?
Show him his own Heyman hustle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, guys. I'll take care of him, and he drives off with him in the back. So, all right. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. Here's our
Damn, I blew it all out of the water.
Wait. How did Matt win all these things? No, wait. How?
Hold on. I got it here. I got it right
called
here.
every
Don't
single
worry.
match correctly.
No, listen, AJ Lee. We called the AJ Lee. We both had the same thing. We got no points for that. I got the Logan Paul.
There was,
Finn Balor.
out of-
I said CM Punk. That wasn't Finn Balor.
Okay,
right,
even
that
then,
only gives you 30.
yeah, that
No,
only gives you
30.
30 down.
No, wait a minute. How'd you get the extra 20?
Okay. Let's go into the extra 20. So for Matt's extra points came during men's elimination chamber. He correctly said the last two people in the match. So I gave him 5 points for that.
You forget that I also called that whole orchestrated thing about Drew McIntyre getting into the ring at the end and being involved in the finish.
He called Drew's interference for the finish. That's 10 points.
I mentioned the masked man was going to show up and have that. At the same time, I did say Cody and freaking goddamn Randy were going to be the last two men standing because, of course, they're going to give it that had to be the way it is because that was it. But also, the Finn Balor thing
still wouldn't have added up to 50. So
I don't know, man.
Matt also called that Randy was going to finish the match with that RKO on Cody for the win.
But we still said Randy was going to win. Does that make?
That's what.
Please, come on, man.
Dom, get out of here. Get out of here. Even
man.
with that, you still wouldn't have won.
Yo, listen, I'm with Becky Lynch, man. I want to freaking sign a goddamn a letter. Like I said, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Come on, man.
I correctly called.
How am I tied with you, Pete, and Dub? Nah, that's bullshit. I should have more points.
Yeah, he admitted you have 10 more, so you have 30. You can't.
I admitted you have 10 more. I admit you have 10 more, so you have 30.
Extra point shit, that's garbage. It got to go, man. You just call the match straight, man. No more freaking goddamn thing.
Look who's salty. Look who's got salty grapes.
Come on, man.
Poor Dom.
So,
salty Dom.
Yo, I'm calling this.
Of course.
No, listen. I'm calling this a freaking goddamn. This whole thing is a fluke. That's the fact is that you cahoots. He paid you, man. How much did he pay you?
Dom, I correctly not only called the angle, I called the last two competitors in that match. I called the finish to a T.
Dude, you don't think that freaking goddamn McIntyre was coming?
I'm pretty sure even I said a masked man was going to show up, and I called the McIntyre, and I even said,
I called this on the protest, dude.
I even said the last person is going to crawl out of the ring, and they're going to suspiciously leave the door open, and McIntyre's going to slip in.
Right. There was no call for. No one said anything about Seth coming back, to my knowledge. That I
said
recall.
Seth, and like, oh, I don't think he's ready.
You said Seth might come back. You said Seth might come back, but then you said, then you kind of said, you might have said Drew.
Dom,
you
called the masked man being everybody under the sun.
Hey, but I did
Grayson Waller.
If it isn't the masked man,
it's Chris Jericho.
Say that a bunch of masked men going to come out. I called that a long time ago. I should get freaking points for that a long time ago.
Yeah, you would have got points on that if the results of SmackDown mattered.
Freaking on the protest, man.
The only thing you didn't say that was the masked man was going to be B. Arthur from the Golden Girls. That's the only thing you didn't say.
B. Arthur. Listen, who the hell was it?
or your favorite Star Wars holiday special?
All the masked men that were getting unmasked were all freaking part of Seth's school. Come on, man.
Yeah, they were all part of Seth's. Yes, they were definitely all part of Seth's school.
By that logic, you should have lost 10 points in every single pay-per-view every time you mentioned the draft and how it was.
The draft was canceled this year.
Yeah, just like it was canceled last year.
We told you that in January.
The thing is that if many people didn't get hurt, they would have had the freaking draft. But anyway, to make a long story short, they had a nice little meme with the first masked man that got masked on freaking SmackDown. They had the scene when they had freaking Conor McGregor. He came out and goes, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, yeah.
And he got unmasked. Blue hair. Who the fuck is that guy? Nah, Matt.
So there you go, Matt. There's your Elimination Chamber.
Still some shenanigans with sticks, freaking math over there, but that's all right.
Don't worry. My championship over my junk photo is incoming. All right.
Oh, good.
Traditional naked championship.
Yeah, that is the tradition.
Incoming.
Perfect. I look forward to that, I guess. Sure, why not?
I don't know what that says
That's
about
it.
you.
That's
Six,
it for
but,
Elimination Chamber. Yeah, Elimination Chamber was good. I didn't. It was better than. WrestlePalooza.
it was a pretty middle of the road, safe pay-per-view. Nothing really.
It was.
No, but it was better than WrestlePalooza.
No real excitement.
WrestlePalooza is the bottom, I guess, for me.
You know what? Listen, I actually think that Io ain't gonna win that 5-way gauntlet match. I think she's gonna go to SmackDown, maybe fight Julia, and she's gonna wind up fighting Julia at WrestleMania. I think that is a moneymaker right there, Julia versus Io.
Yeah, there's a reason they didn't do it a few weeks ago, and they subbed Rhea in instead.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, you go to build Mania. If you have to defend every championship, I think you do. You've got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. You got Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, most likely the WWE Championship. You're gonna have, I think, Logan Paul versus Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos for the Raw Tag Team Championships. You're gonna have, I think, you have Rhea versus Jade. You got Stephanie versus Liv. You got the women's Intercontinental
quiet, man. Freaking they don't have my vision, man. Ethan Page would have been one of the masked men. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, there you go. He even dubs against you. What else? Yeah, I could see Julia versus Io for the Women's United States Championship. I really like AJ versus Roxanne Perez for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
And Liv versus Stephanie Fakir.
Yeah, I think you do. I really am pushing for Royce Keys versus Brock Lesnar. Save Oba versus Brock.
Oba Femi versus. I think Oba Femi's going to fight. I think he's going to wind up fighting. It's going to be like a long rivalry with Rusev to give Rusev a story. So you'll have like the first chapter will be this week, and then the next week you'll have something. Then WrestleMania will be the final chapter between the two of them. You're going to have to make Rusev win one of the matches. You can't have Oba Femi just defeating everybody. So you have him win the first match on Monday night, and then the second match they fight, Rusev wins, and then the third one is for like the final chapter to win, and that's it, and you move on and have that WrestleMania.
I think that's a combo where you can get the, outside count out, double outside count out, double disqualification because they're, they think that's where you could go with them because it doesn't have to be a pin. Because the way they kind of go at each other, and then at your key event.
Hey, how about putting Rusev part of the fucking division? Have him.
Rusev.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think that fit their dynamic at all.
No.
I mean, I could see Royce Keys maybe going as part of the division, but he's going to be on SmackDown.
But that's what I said. They give him a storyline. If you want to put the Royce Keys there, they give him a storyline because they utilize him. But if they utilize him now fighting Brock Lesnar, that'd be a pretty good match. So you have him defeat Brock Lesnar?
No, because Brock's still got to be the big attraction for leading up to it. And it's a big lead up, but you got to get to SummerSlam versus
Gunther. Gunther has no freaking no plans.
I think we're gonna get Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, whether it's a retirement match or not. That is remains to be seen. But after the match with Dragon Lee on Monday night, which was a great match, I think we're getting away. We're probably getting to the end of the Dragon Lee feud, and Rey Mysterio is going to come out and help Dragon Lee.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is that he took the mask off. He disgraced him this week. So.
Yeah, that's why I think we're leading towards Rey getting involved because, Gunther kind of took it to the next step by the disgrace of ripping Dragon Lee's mask off. So I think Rey Mysterio is going to step in. And, What if AJ Styles becomes the new creative on SmackDown?
Remember I told you the writing part?
So he signed a new contract, but it's just to help developmental. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got to have a big money contract too to be going into the Hall of Fame. They're gonna throw millions of dollars at him just to sit on his fucking couch at home.
Maybe.
But as far as the men, I would like to see the renewed feud. I would like to see Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams for the men's United States Championship at Mania. The real question for me is Penta. Where does Penta go? Who faces Penta for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania?
We're gonna have like probably a battle royale match for that.
You think so?
Probably El Grande
LA
Americano.
Knight versus Penta to give LA Knight something to do, because you're not gonna have LA Knight without Mania, or you're not gonna have Mania without LA Knight. You're not gonna have Mania without the Usos. Right now, the Usos and LA Knight are in this feud with the Vision, but there's only 2 members of the Vision right now.
Yeah, not much of a feud.
And so you're either gonna do Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. You're either gonna do Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, or you're either gonna do Logan Paul and Austin Theory, or you're gonna have to insert 3rd member, maybe even 4th member.
Because I know Bronson Reed's out for next 4 to 6 months, probably most likely 6 months. You know, so.
And then there's recovery as well. They get added to it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this wasn't as bad as his ankles breaking. Remember his ankles shattered when he jumped off the freaking top of the cage?
Yeah, breaking both his ankles.
Of course, his ankles, and
he came back pretty quick.
He came back pretty quick with that. So that's ankle, and that big boy, his feet definitely. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't do Penta and El Grande Americano.
Well, didn't CM Punk
either
one?
No, we're gonna have. I think we're gonna get El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano.
We've been talking about mask versus mask, but
yeah.
Didn't CM Punk tear his tricep?
Yes.
And he was out for how
long? Half a year.
Yeah, felt Bronson half a year.
But Brunson Reed did his bicep, but
torn bicep.
But it's still probably same recovery time.
Yeah. Well, you want to get into the shows?
You want to go over Raw and SmackDown, or?
Yeah, we can go over Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and then.
Hey, you heard about the NXT that freaking Ricky Saints' concert was canceled? They canceled. They deleted it.
It was awful. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
The singing on it was god awful.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The Rock was better.
All right, well, we'll start with SmackDown. Well, do we even want to cover SmackDown? Because SmackDown was before.
Yeah, that was the lead into it. No, we can go right to Raw. We go right to Raw. That was just a lead into Elimination Chamber.
Because I mean, SmackDown had, and I mean, it actually had 4 or 5 matches. No, it had 7 matches.
Yeah, Solo Sikoa versus
you had Uncle Howdy versus Solo Sikoa, with Uncle Howdy picking up the win on SmackDown. You had Tiffany Stratton versus Kairi Sane, with Tiffany Stratton picking up the win there. You had Obafemi versus The Miz, with Obafemi beating The Miz. You had the United States Open Challenge. What's that?
The women's tag team champs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did.
Freaking
yeah. Who? Yep. I think that's another Mania match right there. Is the Bella Twins versus Lash Legend and Nia Jax for the women's tag team championships.
Yeah, but you see, I think, dude, they're not going to win the belts. They just won. They're gonna keep the belts for a minute because it's showcasing Lash Legend now.
Who the hell are even the SmackDown tag team champions? Is it still the Wyatts?
It's MFTs.
MFTs.
Yeah, so they actually just had the Roman Reigns' family run SmackDown. So Sikoa is tag team champion, Nia Jax is tag team champion, and the Usos are tag team champions.
Well, the Usos are on SmackDown.
So all the family owns the tag team golds.
I don't know. I think we might be getting Jordan Grace versus Julia for the United States Championship in Mania, but United States Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Matt Cardona. come on, you got to do my boy Matt Cardona a little bit better than this.
Yeah, it was a fun match.
Oh yeah.
I want to see him with gold around his waist.
I like the fact that they still using Chelsea Green, even though she has a broken foot. They're still putting in the story, which you see because she's a big part. People cheer for her, and then she had a wardrobe malfunction too. It's like
Dom's just all over these wardrobe malfunctions.
Hey, you know what? I bring what people like to hear. You know.
Yeah, Jordan Grace versus Candice LeRae with Jordan Grace winning there.
Yeah, because I figured what's his face was sleepwalking. It's his story.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
Johnny dude.
Oh, I'm getting sick of that. I'm getting that. Yeah.
Well, you know, once their contract's over, they're probably bolting over to AEW too.
Yeah, they are. I can guarantee you that
so.
Johnny Gargano's gone once his contract's up. Tag to Jason, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky dropped the belts to Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. And then you had your elimination qualifier with Jacob Fatu versus Logan Paul, with Logan Paul winning with an assist from Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, after Jimmy Uso got beat up in the back.
Beat up. So we still don't know who beat up Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and
who beat up Jey Uso.
Fatu. But it might be like when we were talking backstage, Sami Zayn. It makes logical that Sami Zayn turns heel.
Oh, Zayn.
Well, I mean, Zayn was blaming not Solo Sikoa, but he was blaming Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
So maybe it was Sami. Who knows?
Maybe it was.
Monday Night Raw.
Check out with the Vision promo.
Yeah, let me get my notes here for Raw.
That was good Monday Night Raw at the beginning.
Monday Night Raw came to us this week on Netflix, which opened with Paul Heyman promising that the next time Seth Rollins is in the ring, the Vision will stomp his ass out. And that is a personal guarantee from them. As Logan Paul and Austin Theory continue talking, they're interrupted by Adam Pearce, who wants them to leave. He also accused them of taking out Jey Uso. Seth Rollins should be left to him because he is not medically cleared to compete. That's when a masked man showed up and the security chased him away. Another showed up on the other side of the ring and Logan Paul chased him away. A third man showed up and Austin Theory ran him off as Paul Heyman was in the left to his own devices in the ring. A fourth man showed up on the entranceway, and finally a fifth man appeared behind him. It was Seth Rollins, and he hit Heyman in the back with a chair and then took him out with a curb stomp as well. Backstage, Heyman is put into an ambulance. Austin Theory is blindsided by Jimmy Uso and taken out. We see LA Knight driving the ambulance. He tells us that Heyman will get the help he needs. Yeah. And he drives off. Dragon Lee attacked Gunther from behind before the match could even get started, which was a great match. Like I like that the last couple of weeks Raw has started fast like that, and you have matches starting quick like that. Like they're not ring entrances. We're not waiting. This feud is hot. We're gonna just go with it. Which we did see Gunther beat Dragon Lee via submission and then unmask him. Asuka kept on her abuse of Kairi Sane backstage. When she's leaves shouting, AJ Lee walks by and asks Kairi if she's doing all right, but she is unresponsive. Asuka yells her name, so Kairi walks to her like a zombie, which was really weird that Asuka's blaming Kairi for Asuka losing the chamber when Kairi wasn't even involved in the chamber whatsoever.
Right. Blake, if there's something wrong.
She's blaming her because she lost her chamber.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, but she had no input in it.
But she's crazy, Asuka. She's crazy.
Next up, AJ Lee got in the ring for her promo to thank the fans for helping her believe she can still do this. It has been a long time since she held a title, and she is looking forward to taking on more of the women's roster. If anyone back there believes they are championship material, she will be defending the title next time she's in the ring. So show her what you got. Then we got the original El Grande Americano versus Rayo Americano with Los Americanos, with El Grande Americano picking up the win, which is a good match. But I'm tired of this race, Los Americanos. Like, Raw has no tag team division, and you've got two great tag teams in Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate right there that you could throw into that. But instead, you're having them do this stupid Los Americanos game.
Dude, the same thing with the Motor City Machine Guns. Freaking Gaza with the freaking Los Gaza. You have them. And you also have freaking these guys in the backstage doing backstage segments.
You got American Made. You've got
exactly
Los Garza, Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, which
hasn't been a peep from them lately.
Well, they've been bitched. They've been doing dark shows on NXT, all because Montez Ford put on a bunch of weight.
Yep.
Then we saw Rusev hijack the Raw as he got on the announce table to call out Obafemi. The ruler answered the challenge. The big men fought in the ring, and this time it is Femi who got the upper hand before Rusev retreated. Backstage, several women talked about becoming AJ Lee's first challenger. Raquel Rodriguez discussed it earlier with Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria were about to enter Adam Pearce's office to ask him about it when Io Sky walked out. Then we got to the real fucking barn burner match of the night, Jimmy Uso versus Austin Theory, with Jimmy Uso winning via DQ. As Jey Uso returned to help his brother take out the Vision with crutches in tow.
Yep. I still don't understand how he got back so fast as he was taking out an ambulance.
Backstage, Adam Pearce was seen talking to Nick Aldis on the phone. He gets off and almost walks into Danhausen. He has a list of demands: a blimp, Hall of Fame induction, personal assistance, and face on all the production trucks, as well as the traditional Triple H finger pose pointing picture. Pearce introduces the Judgment Day to Danhausen. He would like one of his titles. Dominic tells him he'll never get his hands on one of those. Danhausen curses Dominic and then disappears.
You are cursed.
We got an interview with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They confirmed that they have gone their separate ways. And while that is sad, Rhea Ripley will focus on beating Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. And then we got our Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, with Penta becoming the new champion at the hands of
Danhausen.
Well, not just Danhausen, but Finn Balor, because Finn Balor stopped JD McDonough and from
He wants to do it on his own. Let him do it on his own.
Yeah, I think Finn Balor gets.
They should have sent Braun Breaker to the same medical facility that Jey Uso went to, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Maybe he would have come back faster.
Jeez.
Then we got some of the best promo work. Like, to say that CM Punk and Roman Reigns are doing some great promo work is an understatement. CM Punk and Reigns talked things out in the ring. This was where the Shield debuted. Reigns corrected him and said he brought the other two, but not him. Punk reminds him of the last time they were in the ring. Reigns said he hated him. Punk says he's in his head and under his skin, which is translucent, as you can see right through him. Because if you remember, the whole angle was that CM Punk was supposed to be the original, like, leader of the Shield. The Shield were supposed to be his bodyguards at one point. Reigns tells him he's missing something. If he didn't have a title, he wouldn't be on his radar. WWE brought him back to sell some shirts and draw a house in Chicago, but they didn't bring him back to be a champion. This is above his pay grade. They can't trust him. He's a liar. Punk isn't a champion. He's just a punk-ass bitch. When he becomes champion, they will send him on a retirement tour. After that, he'll go to NXT to teach some new guys that he'll smash later. CM Punk, and I like that he took a shot at wrestling fans and said he was brought back to appease 40-year-old virgins in their mom's basement. CM Punk questioned who we are. He is alone in his room. He doesn't have his cousins or his wise man. Reigns can't just get things done when he's by himself. The one thing he won't let him do is disrespect him. He went from getting beat at WrestleMania to getting buried, and he wouldn't be alone anymore because Punk says he'll bury Reigns next to his father, which was just a very vicious line.
It is. And you know the funny thing is that he goes, "We? Who's we? You got some goblins there in your pocket? Who's we? That you're gonna retire me?" You know, that's the funny thing. You know,
well, that was an interesting statement too, bringing up like a retirement match for him, like possibly down the road.
But yes, you can make comparisons where they talk about, you know, the Chris Jericho nod with the whole list thing.
You just made the list.
Yeah, which I think is just a turn of phrase. by
Yeah.
What do you think with that, Eric? Do you think he was referencing Jericho, or do you think it was just the fact that he said just made the list was just a turn of phrase? Good talk.
I think it's a separate way.
I think
that could go either way.
He said he's having mic issues, so
okay. Yeah,
you know what? My thing is, it could
maybe drop out and come back in.
But that's just a random thing to say. You know, you just made the list.
Yeah.
Kind of like there's been Easter eggs. You know, a couple of weeks ago, did they say I told her? They said something. They said something. I told her rock and roller. They said something. Countdown. So there's like all these different things they've been throwing in. So I think maybe we get Jericho come back for WrestleMania, and maybe interfere.
I can see that.
Interfere with the match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Or he comes in after, like, he's the big surprise reveal after the match is over. Like, Punk retains, and then Jericho comes out
and attacks Punk.
Well, I don't think he doesn't have to come out and attack Punk. They're just gonna say who's his next challenger, and that's when Jericho breaks the walls down.
Yeah, because they also mentioned some breaking the walls down too in one episode, like in one week in Raw too. So they've been like throwing these little Easter eggs out there. So
yeah, I mean it's no secret that he's ending up in WWE. So you just keep dropping these little Easter eggs. You know he's coming.
Yeah.
So whenever he's out of as they say, Guantanamo Bay or whatever you want to call it over at AEW, whenever he gets off of that contract, probably after Mania. I don't think it's going to be Mania, or if it is, it's like right at the time of Mania, because it was like they added 2 months onto his contract, which puts it somewhere in April.
Something like that,
yeah. I mean, I could see that. I just think that here's why I think it's a turn of phrase, because I think that they discuss like Punk. I'm sure Punk went to Roman and Roman went to Punk, and they're like, okay, what's off limits? And if Punk says, well, I want to go here, I'm sure Roman okayed the line about his dad, right? But I think a lot of how Punk gets there it's all off the top of the head. So I'm sure that they're like, okay, well, these are the key things we need you to hit. Otherwise, you got free reign. So that's why I kind of feel like him making that whole like you just made the list thing is just a turn of phrase. But I mean, it could be a nod to Jericho. Who knows? It'd also be them trolling because everyone keeps thinking Jericho's coming.
And look, another thing too is that some of the stuff that they discuss, because I know they discuss what they're going to talk about in their promos. They wanted to sound genuine, to sound like I really hate you, and really give that dagger. So now next week he comes out with his dog thing. I just found here your ashes are your dog's bones. Yeah, throws him in the middle of the ring. You dug up Larry. You dug up Larry. I hate you. I hate you.
Oh my God.
It's not even Larry.
But that's the thing, right?
There's going to be a reference or something regarding Larry coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's And for the turn of phrase, I mean, the only reason
he might say,
it could be anything is because that line has a history in WWE.
You know what he's gonna probably say? He's gonna probably say, "Listen, thank God we don't have to worry about any more generations of CM Punk. Your only line of leverage was that damn dog Larry that's dead. Good riddance." Some shit like that.
Yeah.
If they don't have any kids, CM Punk has no kids.
No. That he knows of.
Yeah. So maybe he'll throw that jab at him.
I don't know.
He goes, the Samoan freaking we would live on forever. All the kids, 9 million freaking adults, 9 million family members.
Yeah. 9 million tree branches.
Yeah. But You know what? Like I said,
It's true. There's a lot of Samoans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, I still think that the WWE will come through and have a couple of marquee matches in WrestleMania that you didn't see coming, that they're gonna throw out there to make like you're right, Royce Keys make logical to fight Brock Lesnar. I'll pay to see that. You know, you know, you have, you know, maybe you have the Bellas versus you know, Lash Legend and Nia Jax. You know, even though they're not going to win, but because you're not going to win the belt 1 week and then lose them 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, whatever it is. But
that's not something they've never done. I mean, they've done that before.
So where's Kit Wilson?
Quick turnaround.
You got to have freaking toxic masculinity.
He's out.
Kit Wilson.
Stomping out that toxic masculinity, right?
Yo, him, R-Truth, and Danhausen. He goes, Matt, if you have a toxic masculinity, you're cursed.
Kithausen.
Ooh. Look what you ready for this? Look what just leaked online.
What?
What leak?
Oh shit, didn't mean to. Tell me this ain't happening.
WrestleMania, he's got the championship.
Already leaking promo. And there's sources saying that Triple H accidentally tweeted it out and then deleted it within 10 seconds.
Huh. We all know that he was winning the belt because I tell you, they're gonna have freaking goddamn
oh shit, wrong picture.
McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu and lose, and he's gonna wind up doing Hollander. It was all planned. They put the belt back on, but now the whole thing is that you give Randy Orton the belt. You have to. You have to, man. You can't.
The talk about him getting his 16th, right? It should be a 16th.
It'd be 16.
Yeah. Because he said, what did he say 15. The other week?
This will be 15.
This week,
15. That's 15.
15. Okay.
15.
Well, what did he say the other week? He says, I want to have one more than Cena and almost as many as Flair, something like that. You want to be?
Yeah. I was watching they had like an old video promo of when Randy Orton became the champion and beat Triple H, and we're sitting there. And he goes, the song, not the Viper song, but he goes, nothing can stand in my way. What's the song? The song he came out when he first won the championship when he was young.
From Transformers the movie?
No. Transformers. I'm talking about Randy Orton.
Nothing's gonna stand in our way.
Oh, no. There's the song that his theme song that came out. Yeah, I know that's Transformers the movie. I can't think of the song in my head.
Oh, really? Dub says, as someone who isn't super familiar with Royce Keys, the Stephanie interview didn't make me interested.
He was talking about his brother.
I haven't watched that.
Brother was killed or something like that. You know.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah.
There's a really good Cody Rhodes had Gunther on this week that dropped today. That was a pretty good interview.
It was a good interview. I watched that before I came in.
But all right, now we turn our sights to NXT from Tuesday night on the CW. Miles Bourne thanked Ethan Page for bringing a demon out in him and motivating him to win the North American title. Page came out to demand a rematch tonight. Robert Stone then said that they should all take a beat and put their wrestling gear on and do it later on. But they both wanted to just wrestle now, even in their suits. So we got an impromptu North American Championship match with Miles Bourne defeating Ethan Page by pinfall. Then we had Zarya rejected getting interviewed by Sarah Schreiber as Robert Stone tried to corral Dark State in the parking lot. Tony D'Angelo then appears, crowbar in hand. Blake Monroe cut a promo talking trash about Jada Parker being irrelevant and needing her to seek clout. Parker came out to report about how she doesn't need her, called Monroe the supporting character, and then threatened to show her how soft she really is at Vengeance Day. A fight ensued, and Parker knocked Monroe out of the ring. Ricky Saints and the Vanity Project tried to cheer up Ethan Page in the locker room. After the commercial break in another locker room, Jesus Christ, here we go. We had a match, and now we're going to get 4 backstage segments. Ella LaFleur, Eli Knight, and Sean Legacy chatted. Jasper Troy came over to them to say that Keanu Carver isn't a threat and that he wants his speed title back. Josh Briggs then calls Troy not the best big man anymore. Troy wants a rematch next week to prove he is.
Yeah, listen, I had to look for it. The song is called "Burning My Light." That's the song that Randy Orton had. It fucking has a. I was trying to think of the "By Mercy Drive." That's the song.
Okay. Then we got our WWE Women's Speed Tournament Round 1 match. Sinclair defeated Nikita Lyons by submission.
She's still wrestling. So I thought she was off. She was hurt a lot with her knee.
I think she just came back.
She just came back in, yeah.
Joe Hendry and Miles Bourne backstage segment again joked about how being partially deaf means Bourne doesn't have to hear Ricky Saints. We got NXT Spotlight and Kalani Jordan training with Shayna Baszler to prepare for NXT Underground match that she'll have with Lola Vice at Vengeance Day. Oh, we're going back to this chestnut of NXT Underground. Great. Awesome. We got a promo with Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley and their sit down trading verbal jabs that ultimately ended with Dame being the most upset of the two. Then we got a 6-man tag match with Shiloh Hill, Hank Walker, and Tank Ledger defeating the Vanity Project by pinfall, with Hill pinning Drake. And then we got Blake Monroe's darker side is out now. Oh, okay, great. Didn't know she had a darker side. Standing on top of the commentary table, she says that their feud with Jada Parker ends at Vengeance Day in a street fight. Jada Parker then came out ready to go at it again, and they started to brawl as security officials, Hank and Tank and Shiloh, all separated them. Meanwhile, Dark State was apparently attacked by Tony D'Angelo. Lola Vice signed all the paperwork to execute and excuse NXT of any issues for something happening to her hands at Vengeance Day. Deion Lennox and Tony D'Angelo will apparently face each other on Saturday at Vengeance Day. Charlie Dempsey and Travion Heights were chatting backstage when Miles Bourne came over to them to thank them for their time in the No Quarter Catch crew being what prepared him to be champion. Dempsey was upset that Bourne is holding a title and they're spinning their wheels. Birthright came over to try and again to convert Dempsey to their side. The NXT Women's Championship match, JC Jane versus Zarya, was a no contest as Sol Ruka came out and hit an absolute nasty soul snatcher on both of them, on JC Jane and Zarya. And then she proceeded to beat up Zarya and told her that her song your soul belongs to me, bitch. Huh. And then we saw an absolute experience with Ricky Saints. Saints kept switching up songs that were all terribly prepared to parody Joe Hendry's theme, ramping up the obnoxious cringe factor for several minutes until Hendry came out for a fight. The Vanity Project was offset by Miles Bourne, and Hendry laid out Saints with a shot from the guitar and such, tossing everyone out of the ring alongside Bourne to then pose with their titles to end the show.
He was another masked man, though. Came out masked.
WWE loves the masked man angle.
Yep.
Yeah. So explain to me, Eric, what do you think is so strong about NXT? The 5 minutes of matches or like the hour and a half of backstage promos?
Actually, there's story development. Actually, there's character development. They actually do some pretty good matches on there.
I like my wrestling match to be about, half wrestling, half days of our lives, not more than half days of our lives and very little wrestling.
This is a soap opera for men. Accept what it is.
Well, I want to see wrestling. I don't want to see grown men having conflicts in the backstage area. I want to see men having conflicts in the ring.
Sure you do. You will see different affairs going on behind the scenes.
I want to see a good old dick twist in the middle of the ring. I don't want to see men having a little bit of a therapy session.
No, not that. Not that.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
But yeah, we got breaking news from Fightful Select that's saying that the only reason WWE even took the belt off Cody Rhodes and gave it to Drew McIntyre was so that Rhodes could be featured in the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chambers, respectively.
Yeah, I saw that. Read that.
Such a cop out.
Because they wanted to get a main event. Let me tell you something. Cody Rhodes is good chasing the belt. Now he can stale. Listen, you gotta have to turn Cody Rhodes, make him turn him heel. You have to.
Yeah, they could have backdoored that with Drew being in, and then Cody coming and doing the same spot. Like you say, turn him somewhat heels. Get that bad streak in him. Go that way. Go that route. Like just
let him be possessed. Give him the make him possessed like he was in AEW.
Have him get booed out.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, man. Like, I feel bad for McIntyre. McIntyre puts up some good promos, man. Some of his best work. And the belt is one of his best work.
I agree. It has been his best work.
Yeah.
NXT was all right.
You're gonna wear his kilt, film Hollander, which I'm excited about the Hollander movie. I want to see it.
I'm interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the one thing I'm hoping is not beat for beat from the original.
They probably changed it up.
Granted, we're not going to open with the Fabulous Freebirds, but
I know. We'll see. Batista.
Maybe they'll open with the Usos.
We'll see Batista. You right?
Yeah.
Usos. Yeet.
No more yeets.
No yeet.
No yeet.
No yeet.
The no yeet zone.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna have to get more members of the division because now you got the Usos going after you, LA Knight. You got Seth Rollins back. Yeah, they need to get some more members.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my boy Ethan Page shows up.
There's a lot of people that are saying right now that Road Dogg doomed himself and he pretty much lost his job or was encouraged to leave due to his clip on Unreal Season 2 when he wanted to make Chelsea Green U.S. champion. And when Triple H asked him, who do we feud her with? He didn't have an answer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get rid of Michael Hayes now. Let Michael Hayes go now.
Yes.
No.
Get rid of Michael Hayes. Get rid of Bruce Pritchard.
Yep.
Get the old guard out. Move in new guard.
I think if anyone's going to be the last one out, it'll be Pritchard. He'll be the last one out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and join the writers team, Matt.
I would love to. I would love to. I mean, it's clearly they listen because everyone was going on about how bad the creative team was and how bad Raw was a few weeks ago. And then now all of a sudden now we're getting new creative. Road Dogg's out. We got new writers on Raw. Raw has started hot this couple of weeks. I'm interested. I'm more intrigued now to see what SmackDown's like tomorrow night. And is it going to be a Road Dogg show still, or are they going to completely rewrite it? I'm interested to see what goes on with Raw and see what changes this new head writer on Raw implement, and
I would
see how
bring
Raw
out
changes.
The person that took out Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. Have the person come out and start the show. Yeah, it was me. It was me all along. Yeah. It was me, Austin.
It was me, Jay.
Okay. Yep, that'd be good. Hey, have that. Drop that spoiler, and then then you have.
Have we had any word on Bianca lately?
Yeah, no. Step back. step back. Her finger stiffened up again.
So, stiffed up again.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
she had the surgery and it stiffened up again. And
I knew she was having a second surgery.
Yeah. So her finger, like, I don't know, man. We might not get her back, which sucks.
Yeah. At this rate, I would say definitely not. But who knows?
Oh. I think she comes back, but yeah, she's definitely out of it for Mania.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying is Kevin Owens friggin' set to make a return sometime soon. I know he had the neck surgery. But
did he have a surgery?
Yeah, he had the surgery.
Okay.
Apparently, he's making a quick recovery. They say so. I don't know.
Yeah, they were talking about that because he traded some rather interesting verbal jabs with Logan Paul, on a ESPN show. I believe it was a few days ago.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a big surprise for WrestleMania. We'll get a couple of betrayals. Freaking heel turn, freaking baby face. Who knows, man?
Right.
What else are the Dirty Dom dirt sheets saying this week, Dom?
All right, the Dirty Dom sheets are saying. Let's see. I had I kept a couple of things. Let me see.
Don't.
I'm just trying to see what I saved. I saved some stuff just because I always save things. You know what? The dirt sheets were saying about Finn Balor was if he fights in Mania, he's coming back as the Demon. That's one of the things that they're talking about, bringing him back as the Demon. So if he fights Dirty Dom at WrestleMania, you could possibly have the return of the Demon. The Royce Keys thing with the they have no creative spot for him, which it still makes no sense. You have all these freaking openings that people can come in and fight, and I just don't understand why you just can't have a put somebody in. You have to have a story.
Right now, they have no WrestleMania plans for Gunther at the moment.
Yeah, there's no WrestleMania plans for Gunther at the moment.
Like I said, I think we're gonna get potentially Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. I think the question I've heard the only hang up on that is that WWE wanted to be a retirement match because of how Gunther's trajectory is, but Rey isn't necessarily ready to retire yet. So that's been the big holdup is working out that angle, whether it's going to be a retirement match or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I haven't heard any more words like Jericho. I know we talked about Jericho or Saraya.
I don't think WWE has any interest in bringing her in right now. Honestly, as much as I would love to see her back, I just don't think the interest is there.
Hey, do we get the return of Karrion Kross? Because last week they had they were interviewing him, and Paul Heyman reached out to him, and he just I
think he's happy being MLW champion at the moment.
He's double champ. He's got 2 championships now, and Scarlett is a champion. So I don't see him coming back to WWE anytime soon.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, but I would love to see him come back. That's another dude that they wrongfully released. Yeah, man.
He was willing to negotiate, but they just kind of screwed him.
Well,
I think it came down to the fact that he wanted Scarlett there. WWE didn't have interest in Scarlett. As you can kind of see, they're kind of getting away from valets. And so they didn't really have interest in Scarlett. So that's kind of what made him leave, is that they wanted to re-sign him, but they didn't want Scarlett, and he wasn't willing to do that. So they walked.
I would walk too, man. My wife, man. I ain't got to freaking let her high and dry. You know, now she's wrestling, so that's going to actually raise the stakes more too, because now you'll see her fight in more matches. If she does ever come back, you can put her in the women's division, man. You know, it's just
right.
Quality wrestler. You know, you get rid of. But I don't know. I think this week we're going to see something with the division. You know, they'll probably make the call for the tag team championships, and I actually think that WrestleMania we're going to get somebody else part of the division. Braun Breaker comes back after WrestleMania.
You think after WrestleMania?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to fight in Mania. I think it's going to be after WrestleMania. You don't want to damage it. You don't want to take a chance of injuring him more on what he has. This full recovery.
It depends on what he does at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
Is he just interfering? Is he getting physical? What's he doing?
If he comes out of the bat and he spears Seth Rollins in WrestleMania, you know he's back at full throttle.
That's a good indication, yeah.
Then you can have a match later on. You have all the PLEs that are coming up, and they get a fight.
I think he comes back for Mania. I don't think they pulled the trigger on bringing Seth back for Mania if Braun Breaker isn't. If they don't feel like he's going to be ready to go.
I think
he's going to come back Madison Square Garden. I think you're going to get Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins at Madison Square Garden, and Braun Breaker is going to come back and attack Seth at Madison Square Garden, and it's going to set up their WrestleMania match.
All right.
If WWE only has a third of their WrestleMania tickets sold, we're going to start seeing big matches announced for me. They're going to start working at big angles for Mania. It just sucks that it's going to happen.
They have 6 weeks to deal with it.
Yeah, but you should have had.
They don't make matches until like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, you should have had the Mania card solidified back in November, though. You know.
Yeah.
Well, they should have known what it was going to be, and by February it should have been, hey, this is what's going to be happening at Mania. You know, this is your lineage where we're headed. We don't even know that.
It sucks to see that, you know, a couple of injuries. Yeah, they're the big names, are leading to them saying, "Oh well, we're just completely ripping up the Mania card and starting over."
Mm-hmm.
But
well, so you got the 2 main event matches. You know, it kind of sucks that one of the main event match. The main event match. We got the man and women. Let me ask you a question: do you have night 1? You have one of the women main card matches and the show, or you have just the men on both shows?
Depends on the build, to be honest.
Yeah.
You had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, but they kicked off on the night 2 for the first match. When usually the Royal Rumble winner usually main events the very last one.
Yeah.
But then it'll be for John Cena and Cody Rhodes, of course.
Yeah.
And you had Charlotte being Tiffany Stratton, but they were in the middle of night 1?
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's just there's no consistency when it comes to Rumble winners or Elimination Chamber winners. It's just wherever they feel has the most heat behind it. That's it.
Well, they kind of had to last year, though, because they guaranteed CM Punk the main event. So it was, you know, that's why the main event of night 1 was Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. And then night 2 was, of course, Cody Cena, the Elimination Chamber. There was no way in Cena's last run they were going to have him open against Cody. They were going to have him and Cody close. But
Let me ask you a question. Stephanie Fakir, Liv Morgan, night 1, night 2.
I think it's going to be night 1.
Night 1.
Okay.
I think
For
both
sure,
women's
night
going to be night 1, and both men's going to be night 2.
No, I don't. I think Cody Rhodes, Randy will be end of night 1, and that Punk Reigns will be night 2. I think they're gonna split. They're gonna split them. They're gonna have one night. They're gonna have the Raw match one night and the SmackDown match the next night.
I mean, if they had the women's co-main event both manias, then I'd be fine with that. But I'm just not sure how they're gonna schedule that, to be honest.
You're asking them for a lot, good sir.
Oh no, I'm asking for equality. I'm sorry.
Well, this is WWE. We're welcome. We're lucky we get a coherent story.
True.
Not just a coherent story. We're lucky that we get a coherent story and a match card a week before the event. But all right, any other dirty dirt sheets you need to talk about, Dom? Anything you want to talk about, Eric? Anything you want to talk about, Sticks? Open floor.
I am all set.
Eric's good. He's like, I'm just ready to get out of here. What's
No,
that?
I just got an ad.
You just got what?
No, I'm good.
Huh?
I don't know what he said. Did you just say he got kicked in the nads?
No, I said I got nothing to add.
Oh,
Unless y'all want to talk about AAA, but that's pretty much it.
What are your feelings on AAA? You think it's a good product since WWE took over, or?
I do.
See, I think. See, you're one that I know watched Triple Mania because you and I have talked about Triple Mania for a long time.
Yep.
Do you think that the quality of AAA Mania has gone down since WWE took over? Do you feel like that?
See, they've gone down on the violence compared to what was back in the late 2010s, because that was just bloody as all hell.
Yeah, absolutely wild. And then they definitely dialed it back.
Just glad to see Omos again.
Yeah, basically being Vikingo's ring boy.
Yep. The Homo sapiens are back again.
No, we didn't talk about Becky Lynch presenting Michael Cole with the Becky Lynch Award.
Huh.
The Bexy.
Yeah, the Bexy. No, we didn't talk about that. We did talk about how she's doing some great work though, and we think it's gonna be her and Jessica Carr. But I think we have sufficiently covered the week of professional wrestling that was the fallout from Elimination Chamber. We talked about Raw, we talked about SmackDown, we talked about NXT.
NXT, baby. Yeah.
AEW is back to not doing anything worth talking about.
Oh well, the Iconics lost their debut match.
And I haven't really heard anything about TNA coming out of TNA.
The last thing I heard about TNA was Elegance
Brand.
She beat up Mickey James on the.
Nick Nemeth and Lena Slater just had a match.
Yeah.
Elena Black, aka formerly known as Cora Jade, had her match with Mara Sade, aka Jakara Jackson.
Yep.
I just want my girl Dakota Kai to do great things in AEW.
Oh yeah, I hope she does. There's a reason for you to watch it.
It's still not enough of a reason for me to watch it. As much as I like her, it's Charlie that she's going by now. I can't sit through AEW right now, man. It's just too.
I like their star power, but just can't. I don't like the production. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't like their very much a lack of storytelling. Their wrestling is good. They've got great talent. It's just their lack of storytelling, their lack of creative. The Death Riders are a dead group that should have been disbanded a long time ago. I don't know. I would love to see Kenny Omega leave there just to come wrestle AJ Styles at WrestleMania. But
that would have been nice.
They have great talent. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Andrade,
Swerve.
They've got good stuff going on. Just shit booking and shit creative.
Hey, this is kind of funny. It says, hey, Danhausen must be good luck. In the first week that UNC touched WWE soil, Road Dogg's gone. Dirty Dom drops title to Penta. Roman Reigns and CM Punk dropping generation promos, and Jada Parker caked up on Tuesdays.
Yep. You know, I'm just going to throw it out there. You know Danhausen's winning a title, and he's going to win a title fast.
He's probably going to win probably the Intercontinental Champion, one of those titles like that or something. They have to come out with other titles you can win.
He's going to win a title quick because that's WWE's MO. They put their titles on the ex-AEW guys to show AEW what
they missed out on.
Yeah, they missed out on it. They did it to Ricky Saints.
Yeah.
They did it to Ethan Page. They did it to Cody Rhodes. They did it to CM Punk. They've done it to, they did it to
they did the Blake Monroe for a bit.
Blake Monroe.
Royce Keys is going to win a belt.
Royce Keys will probably win a belt.
Yeah.
Danhausen's going to win a belt. They've just Penta finally.
Yep.
It's only a matter of time before they do it for Rey Fenix.
Yep. I'm going to put this evil out in the world. Danhausen brings back the 24/7 championship.
Hey,
and he's got to beat R-Truth for it. R-Truth's at a 56-time 24/7 champion.
Be funny. I could see Danhausen walking to the thing, grab it. Like when you're falling asleep. I remember when we're figuring they used to have the 24/7 and people fall asleep. They used to get them one too. That was funny shit. I like that.
If you're gonna do that, just bring back the hardcore title.
Because Travis Scott kind of ruined that for me now.
Wow.
Yeah. True.
You got to cleanse it somehow, right?
A lot of things.
Yeah. Why don't you come out instead of the hardcore, you come out the softcore. Title.
All right. Well, now Don starts talking about softcore things. It's probably a good spot to end the show. We'll just do that. Thank you, Eric, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Eric.
Your insight. Been very nice to have someone who's not as negative as the rest of us on the show every week. Dom tries to stay positive, but usually will be easily coerced to flip-flopping to being negative about things.
Hey, listen.
I just give positive criticism.
That's
right.
Exactly.
But that'll do it for this week. If you want more from us, you can check out more from Styx Tuesday nights on his channel for his Doctor Who Rewind. You can check out more from me on my channel all week long with all my videos. You can check out more from Dom tomorrow night over on our sister channel Renovision for the Qualified. You can check out more from Dom Sundays on the Star Wars show Tales from the Dark Side. You can check out more from me and Styx on Saturday night special as well. Eric, where can you got anything going on that people can check out?
I'm gonna start doing Twitch streaming, twitch.tv/FireLord Sombra. I'm gonna plan actually to do some streaming on my birthday in less than 10 days.
Nice. All right, well, go subscribe up to his Twitch channel and watch him do some Twitch streaming. And on that note, Dom, take us out. Oh, of course, you can always catch us every Thursday night right here on the Absolute Geek channel for a brand new episode of Off the Mat, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will not be changing with that time change, so 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be here right here next Thursday to talk about more professional wrestling greatness. On that note, Dom, hit us with some words of wisdom.
Oh, well, the words of wisdom is that choose your own battles. You want to choose. You can't. Look, I'll put it this way: change the things you can change, and just live with the things you can't change. Don't stress over it, because stressing is not a fun thing, and I want to definitely tell you that, because I do have a lot. I do stress a lot because there's a lot of things I can't that I get pissed that I can't change, and I want to change things. But set an example. Just the things you can change, you can do, and let the things that you can't change work itself out.
Fucking Nostradamus over here. This is why he talks about professional wrestling and doesn't give people quality life advice. On that note, have a great week, everyone. Thank you again, Eric, and we'll see you all right back here next Thursday for another episode of Off the Mat.
In the ring, the lights go down. Roaring crowd, they scream and shout. Chants echo, shaking the ground. Warriors clash, the game is found. Broken